Well, good morning and welcome to Living Beyond Limits. I'm Reverend Jennifer Spear. We are a part of Centers for Spiritual Living. I'm so glad you've come to spend your morning with us. And if you are new to us today, from the very bottom of our hearts to yours, we're so glad that you joined us today. Welcome. And so let's begin the service by reading our mission statement that's on the front of your bulletin. We are a sanctuary where people can discover and reveal the presence of God within their own being and experience their oneness with all life. Through the realization of this inner presence of love and peace, we give way to the evolutionary impulse of the divine and become a beneficial presence in the world. So that's what we are doing here at Living Beyond Limits, is actually we are creating this sanctuary. And what that means is we are creating this safe space where we can come together and explore our own spiritual nature, where we can come together in this safe place of acceptance and encouragement and non-judgment and inclusivity, so that it's safe to relax and do some spiritual exploration. Because what happens is, as we come here and we participate, and through the music and the readings and the talk, is we come to recognize that, yes, that presence of spirit is our own divine essence. That we are not separate and apart and distinct from that infinite one, but that we are a part of it. That we live in that presence, and that presence lives within us. And what happens then is, as we come to recognize that spirit, the divine, God, infinite mind, whatever you want to call it, is within us, that then we come to know and recognize that when the world is not reflecting back to us things like peace and love and kindness, we can tap into that presence within us that is our own wholeness, that is peace beyond understanding, that is wisdom and intelligence and creativity and good. And so as we recognize that within us, we are able to bring that forward into the world when the world is actually calling for love or peace or generosity or kindness. And so I say thank you to each and every one of you for answering the call of your own spirit to be walking this path, to be bringing your spirit into this world and bringing that divine presence into this world in a way that is beneficial to the whole. Thank you for that. So in honor of Yvonne McLaughlin's passing and her celebration of life that is happening later today, I've decided to talk about immortality. And so as human beings, we want to be rest assured that when our loved ones pass, the people that we love or the people that we care about, we want to really know deep within ourselves that they are okay, that all is well with them, and that all is well with their soul. We want to know that they're okay. And perhaps maybe you even have a heartfelt desire that when you pass from this earthly existence, that you will actually be reunited with those loved ones and those people that you cared about. We also want to know that when we pass from this earthly life, that we will be okay, that we will be safe and sound, and that all will be well with us as well. And sometimes, because we're not absolutely clear that that is really the case, some people then have a fear of death. And some people, maybe you included, even have some concern about some of those people that you know that have passed. One of my very best friends, Patsy, her Aunt Nellie, who is no longer here, when she was alive, she was a Baptist, and she went to church every single day, and she was terrified of dying. She was terrified of being judged, and she was terrified that she might go to hell. And so I know maybe you too were kind of raised with that idea of heaven and hell and purgatory and judgment. And so maybe some of those old beliefs still kind of hang out in the back of your mind a little bit. And maybe if you have some of those old beliefs, then maybe you think that there might be some chance that after you pass on, that you might not be in that presence of the infinite, in that presence of infinite love and boundless good, that you might be somewhere else. And so I don't know if you've heard this story before. There's a story that says a man arrived at the gates of heaven. And St. Peter asked, "Religion?" And the man responded, "Hindu." St. Peter looked down at his list and said, "Go to room 24, but be very quiet as you pass room 8. Another man arrived at the gates. "Religion?" "Buddhist." Looks at his list again. "Go to room 18, but be very quiet as you pass room number 8. And a third man arrived at the gates. "Religion?" "Jewish." "Go to room 11, but be very quiet as you pass room 8. The man said, "I can understand there being different rooms for different religions, but why must I be quiet as I pass room number 8? St. Peter told him, "Well, the Christians are in room 8, and they think they're the only ones here." Ernest Holmes, the founder of this philosophy, said, "It is only the unwise who believe immortality belongs to one individual or group of individuals and not to others. There is nothing in this short life that anyone could do to earn immortality, as though it were a reward of merit. There is nothing anyone could do to destroy it if it already exists. Immortality is either a principle in nature or it has no existence. Everyone is immortal or no one is immortal." Holmes also said, "If we are a creation of that which is eternal and immortal, if we are a creation of God and God is what we are, can what we are be other than immortal and eternal?" I think part of the problem is that we so deeply identify with our bodies. We think that's who we are. And we don't take those bodies with us, you might have noticed. I think we so deeply identify with our thinking and with our feelings and with our thoughts rather than with our spirit. And so in turn, we think those things are actually who we are. Our knees hurt and we say, "I'm getting old." Or we go to the gym and we run a mile and we say, "I am strong and healthy and vibrant." Or things are going really well in our lives according to our desires and we say, "I am happy." Or if things are not going so well, we say, "I am angry" or "I am frustrated," rather than "I feel happy" or "I feel angry or frustrated." We identify with our experiences, with our successes, and with our failures. And so when we complete a task, or when we get a raise at work, we say, "I am competent, and I am smart, and I am capable, I am tenacious." And all those things feel great. But when we don't succeed at a task, when we fail at something, when we don't get the raise, then we say, "I am a loser. I am incompetent." And when we think that is who we are, that is not so good. And so there's a Buddhist story that says the sky is always there, holding the constantly changing weather. The weather is sometimes cloudy and dark, sometimes snowy, sometimes rainy, and sometimes sunny with a gentle breeze and fluffy white clouds. While the winds, storm, and sunshine come and go, the sky remains. You are the sky, not the weather. You are the sky, not the weather. You are not your personality. You are not your thoughts or your feelings or your experiences or even your body. You are that which is behind all of those thoughts and feelings and experiences. And within, or maybe even outside of, permeating outside of your body. But that is not who you are. You are that which is bigger than any particular lifetime that you are living. You are an individualized expression of spirit. Here, expressing as Pat, and as Sharon, and as Jan, and as Ray, but your spirit here expressing as that personality, as that thinker, as that feeler, as that which is behind that. And behind us is the all. Before us is the all. Around us is the all. And within us and through us is the all. That I am presence is your own spiritual essence. The I am presence is who you are as an eternal spiritual being. And so I invite you to join me in a meditation right now. And so I invite you to turn within and to find that place of stillness within you. The part of you that is just your own being, your own beingness. The part of you that is not of this world. Behind all that you experience. And just allow the outside world to fall away. And so in this turning within, we touch the part of us that has never been touched by the outside world. In this turning within and in this silence, we touch our own divine nature, our own divine essence. This is the I am presence of our own being. Which is none other than the I am presence itself. Joel Goldsmith says, the I that I am has spiritual dominion. The I that I am lives by grace and is endowed with the grace of God. I already have meat. I already have the allness of spiritual harmony, of spiritual grace, spiritual life, and spiritual love. I already am the meat, the wine, and the water. I already am the resurrection. I am the ascended one. I am the perfected one. By virtue of my oneness with the infinite one, I already am clothed with immortality. I already am eternal being. My oneness, that original relationship given me in the beginning, this establishes me in heaven. This I was never born and has no need to count birth dates. This I will never die and does not have to concern itself with the future. It already has an immortal and an eternal existence. It makes no difference whether it lived in England or the United States or Africa or what is called this side or the other side. The I that I am is still the I. It looked out through my eyes at 1 year of age. It looked out through my eyes at 30 years. It is looking out through my eyes now. And I can assure you the I that I am will be living, looking out, and being 1,000 years from now and 1,000,000 years from now. Because I and the infinite Spirit are one, not two. And so I just invite you to rest in that I am for a moment. And so I invite you to begin to bring your attention back to this room, to your body, to the chair you're sitting in. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, help you get back into your body and present in this moment. And when you're ready to open your eyes. The I that we each are. And so the title of my talk today is The I in Immortality. And I'm talking about that as we remember that we are eternal beings, as we remember that we are that I am presence here in form, that we gain a larger perspective on our lives. We see from a higher perspective, stepping back and being able to see a bigger picture. When we know that we are eternal beings, then whatever it is that we're going through and experiencing becomes one blip on this screen of eternal beingness. Through this eternal time span. It's just a blip on the screen, whatever it is that's happening. And when we know that we are eternal beings, we lose the fear of death. When we know that we are eternal beings, that I am presence in form, then we can know that whatever is happening in our lives, regardless of whatever is happening in our lives, that we are okay, that we are safe, that all is well now, and that all is well truly forever with us. And in turn, that gives us greater peace. And that gives us greater courage to face some of the things in our lives. It gives us greater strength to do whatever is ours to do. Because we've stepped back a little bit, we can see from a bigger picture. then whatever's happening isn't as big of a deal as it is when we're so caught up in our feelings and our thoughts and our body and thinking that's all that there is. And in addition to the fact that we are eternal beings, we are also forever and forever becoming more of who we are in spiritual potential. We are actualizing who we are in spiritual potential and unfolding that. And so one of the principles of Centers for Spiritual Living that we teach is immortality. And that principle says the one infinite reality is eternal. We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual forever and forever expanding. That is what we're doing here, living this life as spirits who have come to earth to unfold ourselves and discover ourselves, and to discover our own power and our own wholeness and our own creativity and our joy and our love and all of those things that live within us. We're here to discover those things and to live them out in a physical way. We are that life, Ernest Holmes tells us. We are that life that animates our bodies, that life that is infinite and immortal. We're discovering and giving way to that. So we are eternal beings on this pathway of expansion and unfolding. Here, giving way to the boundlessness of spirit, always guided, always led, always supported by the infinite itself. So my invitation to you this week is to take time to get quiet and to touch that part of you that is not of this world, that is not bombarded by this world, that is not worried or fearful or skeptical or upset, but to stop and get quiet and find and touch that part of yourself that is just your own beingness, your own spirit, the I am, the I within you. To take time to stop and rest in that part of you that is beyond your personality and beyond your thoughts and beyond your feelings and beyond your human identity. In turn, you sense your own divine nature. You sense the I am presence of your own being. And so remember, you are not the weather, you are the sky. And as a result, you will actually be experiencing greater peace and greater resiliency. You will feel more grounded when life is tumultuous around you, because life will be tumultuous. That's part of this human experience. But in the midst of that, you will be more grounded because you will know that you are safe and secure and that all is well with you. So know that you're safe. Know that all is well now and always and in all ways. So blessings to each and every single one of you on this path of remembering and this path of discovery and this path of bringing your own divine nature into this world in a way that blesses you and in a way that blesses everyone. So blessings to you. And so I invite you to join me in an affirmative prayer. And so I turn my attention to the fact that that omnipresence of spirit is right here. That omnipresence of spirit is everywhere present, throughout all of time and all of space, in every single instant, in every single place, is the fullness and the allness and the wholeness of spirit. For spirit isn't divided into parts. Spirit is the wholeness of life itself, the wholeness of being, and it imbues every single thing in this infinite universe, this universe that is continuously expanding, it fills all of that. And that presence permeates all of it. And so I recognize that this presence includes the energy that we call love. It includes the absolute intelligence from which everything has been created out of. It includes peace and abundance, boundless good, and creativity. It is the principle of wholeness upon which everything is founded. And it is the good itself. And so today we recognize that we cannot ever be separate or apart or distinct from this one. For it is who we are, and it is what we are. That yes, we live in this boundless presence, and it is the very fabric of who we are. It is the nature of who and what we are. And so today we recognize then that regardless of what is happening in our lives, love is right where we are. Wisdom and intelligence are right where we are. Wholeness permeates every cell in our bodies. Peace is right here. As a part of our own beingness, peace. And so today we just lean into that divine presence within us and all around us, knowing that in it there is no want, there is no need, there is only fulfillment itself. And so we open our hearts and we open our minds in acceptance, in openness. For it is in our openness that the blessings come flowing in. And so today, as I look around, I see blessings overflowing, filling each one of our lives, each one of our experiences. And not just us, but everyone also. That I know wherever there is a need, that need is being met. Because the gift has already been made, and the gift is already within that person and within that person's life with that need. And so today I know that there is an opening in consciousness for the receiving of healing and wholeness and prosperity and abundance and peace in relationships and harmony in relationships. And that there is an opening right now for an ending to war. For we already contain the intelligence that we need to find the solutions, to answer the questions, to create a world that works for everyone. And I know right now that in our political system in this country, there is an opening for healing, for coming together, for unity and oneness and wholeness, and being of service to humanity. For that is the nature of spirit unfolding itself. And that is the only real, capital R, real thing that exists. For everything else is transitory. And it is only God, Spirit, infinite mind, this one that is capital R, real, because it is that which is eternal. And so I release this prayer into that creative law of the universe, knowing that it is happening, it is unfolding, it is being made real right now. And so we say yes to that. And I release this prayer in gratitude. And I say, and so it is. I invite you to repeat after me. The love and light of Spirit are within me now.
The love and light of Spirit are within me now.
I own it and I share it. I am it. I am a beneficial presence. And so it is.